The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want. Him maketh I lie down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water. Them him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I Rasta, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I can't fear no evil, for thy rod and thy staff, them comforted I and I. Uno prepare the table before I in the presence of our enemy. Them uno anointed I head with uno oil. Me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy, I go follow I all the days of I even. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah. Where two and three meeting in the name of the Most High Jah, and that's so Jaja there. If Jaja never build up your house, the builder I go build it in vain. Same way, if Jaja never watch upon your house, the watchman I go watch it in vain. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and them is safe. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. And I give thanks and I says unto your name, King of kings and Lord of lords, the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, Amasa Yahuda, Amasa de Gusto no Gusto Daniel Am. Komaya Sataya. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Black Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something sumptuous cooking, something very nutritious. Now, ingredients of so many different types, shapes, and sizes, colors, aromas, and even flavors, put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot to be subjected to some amount of heating, and they produce food. They do not even partake in the eating of the food. We do, the eaters. Yet every time they rise to the occasion and make sure that they collaborate so selflessly to be able to make the food that they do not even participate in eating. What lesson can we pick from this? Very simple. The lesson of selflessness. How many of us will refuse to plant trees because we know we will not live long enough to benefit from the fruits and the shade of the tree? So we will settle for onions, settle for tomatoes, settle for maize, because we know that produces quickly. We can eat that, sleep, die, be buried, and be forgotten. Generational thinking. That is all this show is about. It's a show of the mindset. Now, if the average mindset is right, the average African mindset is right, all other things will fall in place. We will not wait for the government to build hotels, build hospitals, build schools, build roads, and even toilets for us. We will build them. We will do for us what we need. We don't have to wait for any politician or anybody to do for us what we can do for ourselves. This is the lesson. And this is what this show is all about. It's called the Black Pot. Here we don't criticize, but if we must criticize, we'd only just criticize to build and not to destroy. That is why we say we are in the service of God and country. This is what the Black Pot is all about. We look at our nation, we look at the rest of Africa, we look at the rest of the world, and we see exactly what we can do with our lives so that the generations yet to come can also be proud of the legacies that we leave behind. This is the Black Pot, and we are live on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is called Black Empire Media, and the Black is spelled B-L-A-K-K. Black Empire Media. That is what it is. Exactly that. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and then you click on the notification button so that anytime we come on, you will be the very first person to see us. This is a show of the mindset, a show of patriotism. It's all about patriotism. That is what Africa needs most. Patriotism with a good mindset. We are so thankful to Is it is simply ISIT, and it simply means in spirit, in truth. It is the new social media app everybody is talking about. Now, what is it all about? You can upload your videos, upload your photos, and people of positive minds will see this all over the world. Now, the thing about it is that it is 100% positive. They are powerful algorithms that remove every kind of negativity before it even says sale. And again, if you are tired of your social media, I'm talking about your regular social media app, then this is the right app for you. No negativity. It's modeled by Ghanaian engineers in America. Another reason you should support it. Yes, with it, you can go live, you can make video and audio calls, and you can also upload your videos and photos, promote your business and your brand. And that is it. Connect with family and friends, make memories. Oh gosh, I am on it. Are you on it too? It's so easy. Download that from Google Play and App Store, and you are in business. That is the best app for you, is it? Well, my name is Blakk Rasta, and this is the Blakk Port. We are ready for action. Remember to send in your comments. We are going to read your comments as we do every time. And wherever you are watching us from, we would like to know, are you in America? Are you in Africa? Are you in Asia? Maybe you are in Australasia. Maybe you are even in somewhere around, Canada. Maybe South America. We want to hear from you. Gambia. Oh, maybe you are in Nigeria. Wherever you are in Africa, let's hear from you. This is the Blakk Port, a.k.a. Kukushonimo. And here, we speak truth to power. Come here. First story. And what is the first story talking about? Watch it. It says what? The madman versus the lesbian in Ghana Parliament. Now, Ghanaians saw something that happened in public in the Parliament of Ghana yesterday, and many people have been talking. Two parliamentarians. One of them even doubles up as a minister of state, minister of communication, Esula Owusu. And this is Esula Owusu. She's a beautiful woman. Very beautiful woman. I truly like her. In fact, I liked her most when she was in opposition. She was so vocal. She was one of the communicators of her party. And she went round from radio station to radio station talking the virtues of her party, the NPP. Much as I don't like her party, she's one of the few people in the party that will really come out and speak their minds. But sometimes she went overboard. I remember she said very dirty things about the people from the north, comparing the people from the north to animals. Because I remember in that delivery, she said that the people from the north share the same water as animals in the north. And she was angry with Haruna Idrisu, another MP in the Ghanaian parliament. And she said, you people, don't you share water with animals? You drink the same water that animals drink from the same source. She thought she was attacking one person. She ended up attacking all Northerners. I don't remember if she ever apologized. She's very vitriolic when she comes to her attacks. But for some time now, maybe age is telling on her, so she has slowed down. That's what it is. Time is the master. I like Ursula. That did not make me dislike her. Of course, I spoke my mind about her. She's made some kind of controversial moves in the past. She was in parliament, and she met another person that I know so well from Tamale. And this is this man here, Mutala Ibrahim. They clashed in parliament. This is another vocal person, quite controversial. He's one of the few people in parliament dedicated to reggae music and Jamaican patois. When he speaks Jamaican patois, you will love him. When he talks about reggae, you will love him. And I am not surprised because I know where he's coming from. He's coming from the culture of reggae and all that in Tamale, when we all used to go around and do our things. In fact, in the reggae cycles, we call him a Zion man. That's his nickname. But in parliament, he's Honorable Mutala. And he represents some people in the Tamale area. Come here. They clashed in parliament. What happened and they clashed? Why are we saying that it's a fight between the madman and the lesbian? This is it. And this is from Graphic Online. It says, Ursula clashes with Murtala in Parliament over LGBTQ plus bill. Outspoken member of Parliament for Ablekuma West, Ursula Owusu Ekuful, on Wednesday clashed with the MP for Tamale Central, Ibrahim Murtala Mohammed, on the floor of the House over unsavory comments on the Human Sexual Right and Ghanaian Family Values Bill 2021 at the second reading of the bill. After the House had unanimously adopted the report on the bill, championed by the MP for Asante Akim North, Andy Apia-Kubi, the second Deputy Speaker, Andrew Esiama, gave time to members to contribute to the bill. Come here. So that is the preamble. Let's get into it. Ursula's contribution appeared to have veered from the general contribution condemning the act. Responded to Murtala, who had allegedly whispered at the back that she was a practitioner of same-sex. But in fact, when you play back that tape, that was not what he said. What he said was that she was a promoter, not a practitioner. But she had practitioner, so she reacted to this. Although Murtala did not speak into the microphone and therefore could not be regarded as an official statement, Ursula said she heard it. In a reply, she also allegedly gestured that Murtala was mad. So it's about the lesbian and the madman. The madman of the Ghanaian parliament and the lesbian of the Ghanaian parliament. Minutes after her submission, the MP for Ablekuma West caught the eyes of the second deputy speaker again and demanded an apology from the Tamale Central MP. Pressed by the deputy speaker to withdraw the statement, Murtala said he did not speak into the microphone and therefore could not be asked to withdraw. I said so many things. May I please know which one I should withdraw? Murtala demanded. Following his reluctance to withdraw the statement, the second deputy speaker asked the minority leader, Kassel Atuforsen, to urge his colleague to withdraw. Subsequently, Murtala said he had withdrawn all statements he had made in the interest of peace. Apparently, not happy with Murtala's apology, Ursula flared up and repeated what Murtala had allegedly said to the hearing of all. Then she said if she has also offended Murtala by her comment, she was sorry. So it was a battle of ifs and when, ifs and when. So she called Murtala a madman. And allegedly Murtala called her a lesbian. But is this the first time Ursula herself is saying that she's been a lesbian before? Certainly not. Watch this. I experimented with lesbianism, Ursula Owusu Ekuful reveals. Run the story. You see, the internet never lies and never forgets. The parliamentary proceedings of Wednesday, July 5, 2023, brought up further discussions on what stance the country would have on the issues of gay rights. More specifically, there was a heated moment between the members of Parliament for Tamale Central and Ablekuma West, Ibrahim Murtala Mohammed and Ursula Owusu Ekufo, respectively. Yes, respectively, after what the former is believed to have said in describing the latter. Next page. So this is what we have told you already, right? So watch this. Second paragraph. According to her, the stage of her life was just a passing phase in which she had to explore her sexuality, even though she was attracted to the opposite sex. Now let me take you back to the first paragraph here. It says, Ursula Owusu Ekuful, Communications and Digitization Minister, has revealed that she experimented with lesbianism, known in secondary school as Supi Supi, growing up as a girl in secondary school. Dash. She experimented with it. In other words, there was a point of her life where she became a lesbian. You experimented with it. If you experiment with smoking for a month, for a year, you are a smoker. Even for a day, At the point that you are still using it, you are a smoker. That's what it is. Isn't it? It is straight to the point. And this is what we want to make clear to everybody. And you see, this has been in the public's eye for a very long time. There are so many rumors in Ghana. A lot of them are lies. Some are true. We have heard in the past that Ursula was lesbian, even though she was married. So maybe bi. But it was never official until she herself came out and said, oh yes, I experimented with that when I was in school. The rumors are still flying around, but we are not going to be propagators of rumors. Wherever it is, Mutala says, you are a lesbianism promoter. And you said, he's a madman. You apologized and withdrew. My God. So honorable members are engaged in criminality and insults. Because in Ghana, to be a lesbian is a criminal offense. Even though withdrawn, anybody who supports a criminal activity is a criminal too. If you support or promote lesbianism, it means that you are a criminal by Ghanaian laws. Again, if you are not of sound mind and you are a madman, as we say, you are not qualified to even be in parliament. What is Parliament saying about this? By just apologizing, does it end like that? What are we doing to make our Parliament decent? Today, if it was an ordinary person out on the street who had called a so-called honorable member of Parliament a mad person or a lesbian, I'm sure they will be dragging you to the Parliament House and trying to push you into jail to show power. But when they call each other madmen and lesbians and all that, all they need to do is, oh, I withdraw in the interest of peace. We have to look at this carefully. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. And those of you who saw Ursula talking, she was actually incensed. She flared up. She would not even listen to the speaker, call her several times, minister, minister. She ignored that and flared up. Why is there no decency in the parliament? Even when the speaker is saying, don't talk, stop, and knocking the hammer on the table, you are still talking. And you go out and you want to preach discipline. This is sad, isn't it? This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. Dash and come here. Next thing we want to look at is rolling on your screens comfortably. And it says what? Up on your feet if you support LGBTQI. And this is Alban Bagbin. It reminds me of when Jesus Christ told the people, those of you here without any sin and any fault, cast the first stone. But this is on the other side. Ghana is a very hypocritical country. People hide underground and support things that the white man sees as virtues. Because they do not want to lose their political support, their populist support in Ghana, they will not come out publicly and say it. Today, let lesbianism and homosexuality be legalized in Ghana. You will see the number of people who will come out in the various institutions to tell you that they are lesbian or gay. I won't be surprised if some members of parliament even come out and say, oh, I've been a lesbian for the past 50 years. Oh, I've been a gay for the past how many years? But none of them would come out publicly and say it is so, because it's a criminal offense in the country. So when a bill like that goes to parliament, where homosexuality, lesbianism, and the rest would have to be dashed out of the window, they have two things fighting them. Should we support our masters in the West, or should we go with our people's culture? Who are you standing for? If they had asked for secret voting, you would have been shocked how many people would vote in support of homosexuality and lesbianism? After all, their paymasters use this as a trump card to give them cheap money. It's the truth. There are a lot of people who are in the Ghanaian society who are gay and lesbian. I have said it time and again. My travels around the world, I've realized that some gays and lesbians that Ghanaians and other Africans fight, they are better than some of the bishops and archbishops we have, malams and archmalams we have here. Some malams are thieves. Some archbishops are worse than thieves. Yet you see some gay people, they are quite decent. The only thing about them is that they sleep with same sex. To be honest with you, if there's a malam or an archbishop who is a thief, a murderer, a hopeless idiot, and you put him on one side and give me a gay, I will embrace the gay who is more decent. I don't know what you think, but it's on to you. Alban Bagbin has been a very, very serious person fighting against homosexuality and lesbianism. And he says, as long as he speaks of parliament, it shall be passed against homosexuality and lesbianism. Recently, he was out of the country and he spoke vehemently against homosexuality. But look at what he did. LGBTQI+. The moment Bagbin asked a big question that silenced all MPs. Come here, let's listen to the question. The Parliament of Ghana experienced a busy day on July 5. That's yesterday, 2023, when the controversial anti-LGBTQI+ bill was put up for discussion. Member of Parliament for Asante Achim North, Andy Kwame Appiah-Kubi, in his submission, said all the 275 members of Parliament are in full support of the bill. However, the subsequent question posed by the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, left the chamber filled with giggles. Appiah-Kubi stated that every single member of Parliament backed the bill. In response, Speaker Bagbin decided to challenge the claim by inviting those who disagreed with the assertion to speak up. Stand up on your feet. He addressed the chamber saying, of the submission so far, I want to give an opportunity to those who are against it to speak. Any person, honorable members, any honorable member who disagrees with the submission just made by the Honorable Andy Appiah-Kubi, that all the 275 are in support of the bill. Anybody who disagrees, be on your feet. I will recognize you. Which one of them will stand up, knowing very well that they will lose votes in their constituencies? Which one will stand up, knowing very well that this is a populist stance? Nobody stood up. They were only giggling. And boom, the bill is on. Bagbin's question generated a mixture of laughter and zero response from the members of Parliament, as no one in the chamber stood to express his or her discerning views of disagreement with the bills. You know what I would say? If there are gays and lesbians in the Ghanaian Parliament, then you have let your caucus down. If there are gays and lesbians in the Ghanaian Parliament, then you have left your people down. And your people will come after you. They will come after you. I'm saying that tongue in cheek, sarcastically. If it's not good, then why are you practicing it? If you are practicing it, be strong enough to come out and say that it is good. Isn't it? Dash! There's a man who has also spoken, Sam Jata. And he says something that I would like to share with you. That's why I chose this thing. Come here, let me speak. Sam Jata said something. And he is the member of Parliament for Pram Pram. I love him so much. He's a brother who is so brilliant. In fact, when I hear him speak, he reminds me of my heydays when I used to kill lions and kill tigers. in my heydays when I could fly to the next planet without a visa. Sam Jatta said that now that the Speaker of Parliament has vehemently stood against LGBTQI+ in Ghana and swore that it will never ever happen in this country at his watch, the West will be coming after the speaker, like they did to the Ugandan speaker. Look at what they did to the Ugandan speaker. But Sam George, I'm glad Sam George listens to my show on radio and watches this show as well. You see, Sam, there's nothing we would say that will make the West not come after us. The only way the West would stay away from us is when we become truly independent, economic independence. We know that, don't we? As long as we have dirty leaders in Africa who go around following all these people and asking them for peanuts, crumbs off the table, we will never have our own minds. Never. As long as so-called honorables continue to queue in front of embassies begging for visas to go to the West, there is no way we will have our own mind. I like what Sam George said. He said, your businesses are also here. And once you start doing this for us, we are going to attack your business too. But who loses? They slap a sanction on you and you are crying. Can you slap sanctions on them? You don't have the economic muscles. No. So what do? Empower yourself. Do you think if the Russian president was an African president by now, they would not have taken him to the Hague? They would have bundled him up like a sack of cassava. Pop! In fact, cassava is too heavy. Sack of cotton. And they'll take him to the Hague. But because it's who he is, his military power, economic power, they slap sanctions on him. They are begging him to relax a little. Look at the sanctions on Russia. Look at the effect it had on the fuel. Look at the effect it even had on wheat. Bread eaters were all crying. Thank God I don't eat no bread. It's interesting. For you to be able to stand up strongly, your economy must be strong. Our leaders are not smart enough to be able to keep the economy strong. The only leader of this country that they did that to, what did they do to him? They removed him and killed him. He would have been the person to take us out of economic bondage and suppression. Kwame Nkrumah. Sankara tried to imitate Nkrumah. Look at how he ended. Magufuli tried. Look at how he ended. We have to be economically independent, or else LGBT will continue coming here night and day. Albert Bagbin, you swore that you will let it happen. It has happened. Can we take another step and look at the human rights situation in this country? I am happy that you are moving from one media house to the other, talking about human rights in Ghana. I love that. After that, can we look at economic independence? Because as long as we are not economically independent, somebody would have to feed us, and he who feeds you controls you. I'll leave it on this note. When we return, we'll be looking at your comments. We will also be looking at more. Hey, this is the Blakk Pot. Wayo! This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. And my name Blakk RASTA. Keep your comments coming in. Remember to share the broadcast. It's very important, so other people can feel the vibration. This is the mouthpiece of Ghana, the mouthpiece of Africa. This is the Black Pot. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's called Black Empire Media. BLAKK, as we see on the screen. And subscribe now, so that anytime we come on, you would be the first person to see us. Next story we are looking at today. Watch it. It looks like we're going to Rwanda, right? Rwanda. Come here. Rwanda is becoming unbecoming. Rwanda is gradually trying to pave the way to righteousness, pave the way to economic independence, pave the way to the real Africa, the Al-Kebulan, that we all have read about in the past. The Ghana Empire, at the helm of its supremacy, was the richest empire in the world. We taught people so many different things. Today we ask ourselves, why don't we have that anymore? Why is the teacher poor now and the student is richer? There must be a problem. It's an error. Rwanda is the land of the rising sun. This is the president, Paul Kagame. He came from a war. Remember the Hutus and the Tutsis? Remember the killings, the genocide. They have been able to pick up the pieces, and Rwanda is becoming a beacon for Africa. Rwanda now has bullet trains, we are told, or on the verge of getting bullet trains. Rwanda, as it stands right now, they might not have 100% press freedom, but they are a nation that is self-sufficient. I'll tell you something. Now, when you go to England and go to America, the black people, especially those from Africa, that are doing the so-called menial jobs, the toilet work, and all those works, no intellectual work, you will not find Rwandans amongst them. No. You will not find South Africans amongst them. It's very difficult for you to find these two nations, including Angola. And then those countries in North Africa, they are mostly West Africans. Nigerians top, followed by probably Ghanaians, Ethiopians. These are the people, those areas who do the menial jobs. Education is very low in those areas, and so on and so forth. And when you travel outside Ghana, according to statistics, Ghanaians work extra hard. They are the best workers, at least in England, we were told. Ghana topped in terms of hard work and prosperity. Ghanaians are more loyal outside Ghana than when they are in Ghana. It means that if the principles change, in fact, if we are able to bring in some very good institutions, Ghanaians will top the whole of Africa. I don't know how many people understand. The same people, but when they are in Ghana, they are thieves. When they are in Ghana, they are misbehaving. When they are in Ghana, they are not even loyal to their country. No patriotism. But when they leave and you take them to another country, they help and develop that country very fast. It means your systems and your institutions in Ghana are bad and wrong. It's the same human being. How come when he's here he behaves differently? Because the systems there are working. The institutions are working. That's what we're talking about. Look at what Rwanda is doing. And come here. Rwanda is giving what? Free visa. It's a visa waiver for Commonwealth countries, enhancing international relations. That is it from the Arise News. Rwanda waives entry visas for all Africans. It doesn't matter whether you are from Togo or from Nigeria. Angola or South Africa, Ghana or Namibia. Right now, Rwanda is one of the most beautiful countries in Africa. A country that rose out of the ashes of a genocide. Today, they are building heavy bridges and they are one of the most modernized. When Europe was looking for a country to bring African immigrants to, illegal ones, Rwanda was the country they thought about. Read the story. And this one was published only yesterday. And that's what the president is saying, Paul Kagame. He said President Kagame's attendance at President Tinubu's inauguration was an affirmation of the strong bond between Nigeria and Rwanda. That's true. Was that where he took the idea of opening up his country to all Africans? You see, that's what it is. So when you read the story, this is not the beginning of the story though. When you read the story, you realize that Kagame has decided that Africans should all come together. You know that he's ever been the OAU chairman, right? The chairman of the OAU. And now, if all Africans have to come together, then there shouldn't be visa issues. For instance, if you go into the EU, you can move from one EU country into the other. You don't need a visa. European Union. But amongst us, when you are moving from one country to the other, today if I'm going to Angola, I need a visa. If I'm going to South Africa, I have to go to South African embassy and get a visa. If I am going to Swaziland, I need a visa. Rwanda is opening the eyes of Africa to the unity of Africa. It's going to face issues. Rwanda is going to have problems. The country is going to be inundated with illegal, lazy-minded Africans. But I believe Rwanda is ready for that. Illegal in what sense? We have Africans whose duty is just to run in and spoil. They are not ready to think and help the nation develop. Oh, Rwanda has opened its gates. Oh, Rwanda is prospering. They go in to take, but never to give. Look at the second paragraph. It says, speaking at the commemoration of Rwanda's 29th anniversary celebration and Liberation Day in Abuja on Tuesday, the country's charge d'affaires in Nigeria, Mr. Vianney, said, in a bid to widen tourism and spur trade and investment, Rwanda has waived entry visas to visitors from all over Africa, the Commonwealth, and the Francophone nations. That's what he's talking about. That's what he's talking about. So right now, people can go to Rwanda, a beautiful country, and they can just walk in, enjoy the beauty of Rwanda. But Rwanda needs to be able to sit up and make sure that people don't just come in and sleep on the streets. Once you are coming in, and I know Rwanda is going to do that, you have to be able to prove where you are going. You have to be able to prove that you are coming into the country and you have money to spend. When you arrive at the airport, they have to be able to find out where you are going. Do you have money to pay for your hotel? How many days are you going to live in the country? All these things are necessary so that you don't put unnecessary pressure on Rwanda. Yes, entry is free, enter. But we don't want you to come in and put pressure on the economy. That's what he's saying. If you want to work, come in and work legally. If you want to come in and contribute to the development of the country, do it legally. It's just fair. Or else, that small nation is going to have everybody going in there and structures will be pulled down. We need to do it gradually. Africa would get better. This is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. When we return, we will be reading your messages. Keep them coming in. Hey! Wayo!
Blackpot. Coco show, man.
This is the Black Pot, aka Kokoshonamo, and here we speak truth to power. Your messages are coming in. Come here. Let's look at the messages we have here. And this one is coming from Charles Eningful. And this is the first time we're getting a message from Charles Eningful. Thank you so much for joining us. We do appreciate it. It says, greetings, Black Rasta, and everyone watching. It's good to have you on live, watching you live from Philly. Okay, Philadelphia, right? United States of America. Greetings to all Americans, you know. And of course, Frederick Chanu. He said the pot is boiling again. Greetings from Zurich. And this is, Zurich is Switzerland. Greetings to all Swiss people and to all people in Switzerland. Mohammed Wumbe Abdallah is a regular member of the Black Pot Parliament. Black, as much as we criticize the politicians as being heartless and blah, 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 we have more heartless travel agents in Ghana who charge innocent Ghanaians 30,000 Ghana cedis to bring them to Qatar without jobs. Free visa has no jobs. My God have mercy. Did you see that? Heartless people charging about 30,000 Ghana cedis to take people to Qatar to work. So these 30,000 Ghana cedis, can't you use that to find some job here? Some women are even taken there and they are promised that everything will be okay. They engage in prostitution and all that. That's sad. John Yinzorbil says, welcome on board the #1 conscious program online. Loyalty, consciousness, and patriotism, our hallmark. All right? Hail the King, Black Rasta, and the entire Black Empire Media. Thank you so much, John Yinzorbil. Akoto Christian says, nobody is bigger than the truth. Black pot, more fire. That's correct. Charles Eningful says, it doesn't cost money to share, like, and comment. I think he was with us yesterday. I don't know, my nose and my eyes are itching so much. Maybe I'm about to get rich. And trust me, if I get rich, you all will be part of the riches. We will not be greedy. Muhammad Wumbe Abdallah says, been waiting since Amaraba. Thank you so much. Amaraba simply means you're welcome. No, Muhammad Abdallah says, now the very first story I want us to look at is rolling on your screen. And it says, what? Watch it. All right. So he's quoting our, intro for rolling out our stories. No, Muhammad Abdallah. Moses Amwaku says, greetings, Black. The happenings in the Ghanaian parliament are simply amazing. Too many people in suits are suffering from mental disorientation. But only time will tell. MP Simponie na market women. Well, that's what it is. I mean, market women are very decent people. And market women, in fact, bear the brunt for nothing. They work very hard and they are able to put food on the table. I understand it when you say market women because the market is full of noise. Kobinie, okay, Kobinie. Kobinie are 2 cities. Some other person is standing and say, Mamoninie. Now Mamoni where there, Udia, Uyarida. You know, things like that. Everybody is advertising their way, so there's noise. I'm sure that's the comparison you wanted to make. Joe Emmanuel Nkrumah says, good evening, Black Rasta. It's unfortunate our parliament is full of dishonorables. Yeah, but this time I am ashamed with the attitude of both Mutala and Ursula. Very distasteful. It's sad. Sweet Smile says, my teacher is on. Spit more fire from Rahman Tamale. Thank you so much, Sweet Smiles, Rahman. We appreciate you and we love you. Remember to share the broadcast so many more people can watch. Bentasi Abdul Latif says, Black Rasta, I'm watching you all the way from Saudi Arabia. Keep the fire blazing. Oh, respect. Salamu alaikum. Kaifa haluk. Kaifa haluk. Ya Abdul Latif. Joe Emmanuel Nkrumah says, it's so shameful that our MPs are engaged in this sordid ventures. Yes, and not so concerned about the state of our country, where life has become so unbearable. Well, that's what it is. Mansuri says, hi, Black Rasta. Anybody who was engaged in lesbianism is a prodigal daughter. And this is Mansuru from Spain, Alicante. Wow. More messages coming in. And this is Beta Bless GH. And he says, salute, soldier. We always listen and we watch you live. We wouldn't be surprised that very soon TV and radio station would be fighting on you. That's over you to host your program. Mark this date. God bless you. Prophet Beta Bless. I appreciate this prophecy and we are looking forward to that. It will help the message to open up wider. Better still, let's pray that we have our own TV and radio station so we can employ more of the youth and then keep the message coming in strongly. Mohammed Wumbe Abdallah comes back again and says the behavior of the minister and her utterances were bad. I watched the program and I wonder what kind of advice or impression she's sending out to the younger ones who see her as their mentor. And he said, Zache. Emmanuel says, much love, Daddy, love and respect. Beta Bless comes back. He says, I don't even understand why our leaders even discuss this in Parliament. Why wouldn't they discuss something important rather than junk things? No need to even invite the LGBT plus whatever. Well, that's the opinion, and I respect that opinion. He continues to say, why don't they go to the Arab countries and put this on them? In fact, our leaders are refusing to think. Yes, they can't even have the mind of their own. This is what we've been saying. No mind of their own. They can't go to the Arab countries because the Arab countries are truly economic independent. Yes? They have true economic independence. Can you go to Qatar? Can you go to Saudi Arabia and say, accept LGBTQI+? You can't dare it. They have the oil money. They are making use of the money. We have the cocoa and the gold, yet we are still poor because we are stupid. The leaders are not ready to think. The nation itself is not ready to sacrifice. Yet this country was built on the bedrock of sacrifice. What's wrong with us? Well, that's what the people have said. Keep your messages coming in. We're going to read them again. And more messages we want you to send in. Spread the broadcast by sharing it. Come here. Next story we are looking at is also rolling comfortably on the screens. And this one says what? MAHAMA'S AIRBUS saga draws in Interpol. Run the headline. Mahama seems to be in trouble. Mahama says some people are cowards, and one of them is no other person but the former special prosecutor Martin Amidu. He said, call me and ask me that you want to talk to me about AIRBUS, and I'm ready to come. You don't just go and talk by heart. Martin Amidu pinpointed and fingered Mahama as the main person in the AIRBUS saga. What exactly is the AIRBUS thing? Planes to be imported into the country, some bribery and corruption as to the price of the plane and so on and so forth, the British side of the whole thing confessed that we actually paid bribes to some people in Ghana to cheat the people of Ghana. Our politicians help to cheat us. For instance, if the thing costs 10 Ghana, I will tell the one selling it to us, let us make it 20 Ghana, so that the whole world sees that we are buying it from you for 20 Ghana, but we are actually paying you 10 Ghana. We will pocket the rest of the money. The father of Kweku Baku Jr., Kweku Baku Sr., in the days of Kwame Nkrumah, was asked to go and buy a plane for Ghana Airways. When he went, because of the number of planes they were buying, there was a certain discount. And Kweku Baku, whose photograph Jeff is busily looking for, Kweku Baku Sr., the father of Kweku Baku, returned the rest of the money to Kwame Nkrumah and said, when I went, the price had come down because of a certain discount, not in present-day Ghana. That was what Kweku Baku Sr. did for Ghana. But the AIRBUS issue, allegedly, is a different issue. OSP, that's the Office of the Special Prosecutor, engages Interpol, US, UK authorities over Mahama, others' involvement in AIRBUS scandal. The case of the former president of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, involved in an AIRBUS scandal has been resurrected by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. This time, the OSP has said that it is working with authorities in the United States of America, the United Kingdom, and the Interpol under the Mutual Legal Assistance Regime as part of efforts to initiate an international arrest warrant for the arrest of some officials, including Ibrahim Mahama, a brother of the former president, for questioning. Wow. Wow. Find me the photo of Ibrahim Mahama. We're going to flash it soon. And find me the photo of Kweku Baku Jr. and his father, Kweku Baku Sr. That photo should be a black and white photograph. According to a report by AssassinRadio.com, the special prosecutor, Kisia Japing, said that 4 British nationals, including Samuel Adam Mahama, are wanted by the Ghanaian authorities for questioning for their roles in the alleged bribery of Ghanaian officials in the purchase of the aircraft from Airbus SE, a European multinational aerospace corporation. John Mahama and the other names mentioned in this case are being investigated for their roles regarding the sale and purchase of military aircraft for the Republic of Ghana. The report added that in a half-year report published on July 4, 2023, the Office of the Special Prosecutor said there are allegations that bribes were paid during the sale of some 3 aircrafts meant for Ghana's military. That's it. Well, hold it there. Bring it back. There's something you need to see before we go. It says, Airbus SE is also said to have admitted that Ibrahim Mahama was hired as a consultant for the pitch during the presidency of his brother, John Dramani Mahama. It added that in the 2019 report that was made public, Airbus agreed to pay a record-breaking $4 billion fine to resolve allegations of bribery and corruption in multiple countries, including Ghana. The allegations state that Airbus SE paid bribes to various individuals in Ghana in exchange for securing contracts related to the sale and purchase of military aircraft. These alleged bribes were said to have taken place between 2009 and 2015. This is Kweku Baku Sr., the father of Kweku. If you look at their mouths, they look so alike. You see? And look at the nose, look alike. Look at the head, alike. Eyes, alike. Ears, alike. 100% replica of his father. He was a powerful CPP man under Nkrumah. Planes were going to be bought for Ghana Airways. And when the price came down, after he had arrived in England, he came back to Nkrumah and said, take back the remainder of the money. And Nkrumah took it. This man did it. This is Ibrahim Mahama. He helped in the securing of the contract for the purchase of the AIRBUS, and his brother was president. How true is this? Now there is an arrest warrant that they are waiting for from outside there. Why? Is it because Ibrahim Mahama is not in Ghana? Why would you need an arrest warrant from the Interpol and all those people to arrest him when he's in Ghana? Is he here? Is he not in Ghana? So that's Ibrahim Mahama. You know why I'm excited about this? We can go deep down and see the people who are milking Ghana. 50 years from now, if I'm still alive, I will be how many years old? 98 years. 50 years from now. I wonder if I will even reach that age now that the grays are all coming. But if I do reach that age, because I don't want to reach any age where I cannot even walk. People are now carrying me to the bathroom. No, I need to go. Maybe you want that age. You want to sit down till 250 when they take you into the sun to dry you and bring you back into the room. I don't want it. That was my mother's prayer, and she went early. I want that prayer too. I don't want to disturb my children. That's generational thinking. I just told you something. In our nation, it's all about, it's our time. Let's blow it all. After all, tomorrow we are out of power or we die. I am happy that there's an investigation into this. I want to salute the OSP. I want to salute anybody who is cooperating. You see, 50 years to come. 50 years is even too much. 20 years to come. Children of some of these people who have stolen from our country, they will tell our children that omu papa ambobra. So papa de radio suna na ote a dede. Nkruma kra wu kra ko. U papa odin. What me asifia ma. U papa ni hini te se pinto echi. U papa ni sin te se jata. Nyame betria u papa ka. They will say things like that. They will tell our children that their fathers were lazy. That's how come they couldn't build story buildings for them. Yet their own fathers that they claim worked hard were only criminals stealing. I am glad that this is going on. And I would be happier if this investigation comes quickly to its conclusion. Dash. Next story. That's the last story, right? We're going to spend just about 2 minutes on this one. Be gone. French diplomat battles cancer as Ghana empathizes. This is Anne Ave, aka Akosia. She came to Ghana and she did what so many. Hold this picture there for now. Hold it. Keep it there. She stayed in this country and things happened in this country. When she came in, the first thing she did was to look at the entertainment industry. Something that no French ambassador ever did. She instantly caught the eyes of the Ghanaian public. Every entertainer was going to the French embassy. She had a plan. If I get these people from the media and also the musicians to go to France and see the good things we are doing there, they will sing about that and they will spread the message. She was a proper diplomat for her country in that sense. She invited me too. I went and met her. This photo was taken during an interview on Class FM where I worked for 3 months. It was beautiful. She came. We asked her crunching questions about France, colonialism, slavery, and all the crunching questions. I interviewed her twice. Then she called me and told me that Blakk RASTA, I have cancer. I am going for treatment. I said, wow, you shall come out of it. And then she told me again, I will be away for quite some time. You won't get me on the phone. You can't talk to me because I'm going through something. And I said, why don't we use herbs? Can we use herbs and all that? She said, no, chemotherapy and all that, where it has reached, no herbs can help. I said, Anne, I wish you all the best. Ghana is going to miss you. And then she went for the surgery. Do you have a video of her? There's a video of her on a wheelchair or a chair like that, talking to Ghana and all that. You can see that she's changed much. The hair, part of it, have fallen off and all that. She's battling the disease. It looks like it's been successful, and we are just waiting for her to recuperate. Ghana cannot wait to see you back here. But look at the headlines. She first announced that she had cancer. How many Ghanaians would announce that? People have cancer and they are in politics in Ghana. Key positions. They won't even take a leave to go and treat themselves. Because when they leave, somebody will take over. They are there. A lot of people are sick. Finance minister is sick. He told us he has liver issues, but he is still there. And Sophie Abbey reveals battle with cancer. Former France ambassador to Ghana, Anne-Sophie Abbey, has bravely shared her battle with cancer in a heartfelt video. She told us, but look at what Ghanaians are saying. Ghanaians are excited that she has come out, and many more are preaching. Preaching and telling her she'll be okay. Watch it. Ghanaians rally in support of former France ambassador and Sophie Abbey amidst cancer battle. In fact, I've been to France before, but when she came, she pushed me again to go to France. And I went to France for, I think, 7 days with my crew. We went to shoot some videos. If she insisted that make sure that you take a piece of France home. We shot some music videos there, Paul Biya, and one other video like that, which we brought home. This was what she did for her country. And she's still doing it. We wish you all the best. And we know that you're going to come out very strong. We can't wait to have you here to dance to our music again. And we can't wait to see you do what you do best. She's not a trained diplomat. She was put into it and she made it work. This is the Blakk Pod. Do we have more comments? All right, so we're going to look at a few comments and we are done. My name is Blakk Rasta. And remember to share this page with your friends and family. Kweku Gomez says, more fire, Blakk Rasta, my mentor. Joe Emmanuel Nkrumah says, so sad Rwanda had to come from ruins and ravages of conflict to tender in this enviable feat that today they are the reference point whilst we remain reliant on past glories. Wow, so shameful. That's correct. Bitter Bless says, about this visa issue, Dr. Nyama wanted to fix this with the USA, but the Babylonians didn't allow that. Like by now, we all have free entry and exit across all African countries. Well, I pray and hope that this will come to pass. Sweet Smile says, a day without your show is like a lady without a backside. Well, everybody needs a backside though. The name is Abdul Rahman and I am your regular listener all the way from Tamale. Thank you so much, Abdul Rahman. And Solomon Mensah says, Blakk, I'm watching you live from Tema, but you're not on Pan-African TV anymore. No, we are not on Pan-African TV anymore. Our contract ended and we are, trying to work out things. We'll get there. Pan-African TV is our home. We love Pan-African TV. We'll certainly be there. But for now, it is on YouTube. Get all the people to come on YouTube and watch it. Joe Emmanuel Nkrumah says again, why is MAHAMA'S name used to run the headline? Has it been proven that MAHAMA was involved or a tactic to stay us from discussing the mess of this government? Well, MAHAMA was in power at that time. I'm sure if they were going to write this in the days of Nana Akufo-Addo, they would still say Akufo-Addo's AIRBUS, blah, 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 blah. If we talk about AIRBUS, MAHAMA is the key figure because he was the president at that time. Let's encourage the investigation. It doesn't matter who it is. Once you have wronged the system and wronged the people of Ghana, you must suffer. Forget about the names and forget about the religions and the ethnicities and all that. Let's look at Ghana first. It doesn't matter if it's MAHAMA, if it's Ibrahim, if it's who. They all have to suffer so that the people of Ghana can get a respite. I want to say good afternoon, good evening, Good morning to my professor all the way in America, University of Central Missouri, a powerful professor now on retirement. I'm talking about the wonderful Professor Albion Mens. And he says, now that you know, what would you do? All these things that you heard in the African history class and in the Blackport, what are you going to do? How different are you going to be from these people who are making us suffer? It's been the Blackport, aka Kokoshonamo. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel before you go. Hey! Wayo!